Hi guys, welcome to Offbeat Inspiration. For whatever reason, the guest is not able to log in, so I'll just few minutes to expecting the guest to come online. So let's see what can we talk for a few minutes. I'll just check with my technical team where have we reached. And by the time you keep logging in and joining in, so I know you are there. Have you got the connection? You're logging in? No? Anyway, all of you, are the best fit anywhere. Offbeat, EDP, wherever it is okay. I can just fill in myself. So I'll share a few things with you in the meantime till our guest join in. How sometimes the days can be crazy. Okay. So I'm going to tell you one nice joke of the day. And the title of the joke is The Worst Day of My Life. So here was this man, very miserable. From the morning only, very bad mood. Got up late in the morning, didn't hear the alarm clock, so got late. And when you get late, everything just go on haywire, and this also went wrong. Started the day on a wrong note and missed the morning bus to his office. So he has to take transportation of government. A big rush in that vehicle also. Somehow managed to stand on 1 feet. Whole dress got spoiled. पहले ही mood खराब, ऊपर से और this. Now this is one very beautiful thing which I realized. The craziest part of human being is they make one-time pain as lifetime complaint. I repeat, the immaturity of a human being is they make a one-time pain into lifetime complaint. And then somehow law of attraction, what you think you keep attracting in your life and how you feel you keep attracting in life. So ऐसा हो जाता है. And I will come to this till the guest comes. I'll keep you occupied with this. This man goes to office late. So because he's got late, wife has not given him tiffin. So breakfast nahi. He has to miss his breakfast. Didn't get the bus, missed the bus, got this government bus, went to office, went to office, boss nicely gave him left, right, center for all these things, fired him. So he was out of job, lost the job. He came on the road, came on the streets and trying to understand what's happening to him. Now on this, I think we're getting the guest online. Can we have? Okay. So till we get complete this joke for you. So nobody's giving respect to him and everybody's treating him that once you go on wrong foot, you think that go on wrong foot. So very depressed, called up his wife and told his family that he lost a job. Wife nicely gave him left, right, center. And he said, what is the point of having a husband like you? Kuch kaam karni hai, tum waste hai, ye hai, wo hai. So pura self-respect ka kachra. Already morning mein ho gaya tha, ego also punch and nothing is there. This guy goes into the bar, orders for the glass of beer, and the beer is served. These bikers are there, highway bikers. So bikers, a gang of bikers came, and all these hefty guys with tattoos everywhere. And he went inside. They went inside, and they saw this guy. They just pushed him aside, and this one of the biker guy with that sleeveless big body looked at him like that, and he pushed him and took his beer glass and drank. And then after drinking with tremendous excitement, he said, what boss, you look very depressed. Is everything okay? Look at my life, I'm excited. The man said, nothing is going right for me since morning. Everything is going wrong. It is the worst day of my life. Morning, I woke up late, I missed the alarms, I missed the bus, I missed my breakfast, I got into government bus, I lost my पूरा clothing खराब हो गया. Then I went to office late. My boss fired me. I was on the road. I struggled. Nobody's respecting me. I called my wife and she threw me out of the house. And I don't feel like living. So I came to this bar. I took this beer and took a pill to commit suicide. And I put into this glass of beer. And you came and drank that beer also. It is the worst day of my life. I'm so depressed. So sometimes God's plans are very different. You may feel it's a worst day, but it might end by saving your life. So it's okay at times you feel सुबह से एक तो मिस हो गया, फिर ये नहीं हो गया, वो नहीं हो गया, फिर पेमेंट नहीं आ रहा, ऊपर से कोरोना, ऊपर से कोविड-19, फिर सबको बीमारी हो गया. मेरे को क्यों नहीं हुआ? मेरे में प्रॉब्लम है क्या? Few of them are old. A time will come when right now they are putting COVID-19 patient into what do you say, in quarantine. The ways cases are going up. One time will come when we have to quarantine only people who don't have corona. So that time should not come. Let's peacefully wait for this. So I think we have the guest online here. So are we there? We good to go? So guys, let's get ready. We have kept entertained you, and in fact, I think the guest also could hear the joke I cracked. But believe me, if all this the whole day has not been very exciting for you, next 1 hour is going to be very, very exciting because we have a very amazing guest on this offbeat inspiration with me today. And something which I kept on, sometimes, you keep wondering in life, so much beautiful things, so much amazing things just keeps happening around you and you're not even aware of it. I am in Bangalore for last 17 years and I have no idea about there's something like this happens in a neighborhood of my own. And I am not even aware of it. We are so lost in looking far from us. We want to know what's happening in Russia. We want to know what's happening in Japan, what is happening in China, what is happening in US, what is happening on Mars, what is happening on Moon. But we don't know what's happening in our own neighborhood and sometimes in our own life. And I think today, through Offbeat Inspiration, we are able to have this beautiful platform where we get to see people living with us, around us, and still above us by the sheer work they do. So today we have this gentleman, very, very offbeat, very hatke, and it needs courage, it needs jigger to do something zara hatke in life because it demands something non-conforming to society, something where people are going to raise the eyebrows, question 100 things till you produce results. And that amount of courage and patience is required for anybody to take an offbeat route to be an inspiration to people. And today we have such one offbeat inspiration who is a very juicy personality because he serves juice like nobody's business. Absolutely the first zero waste juice bar from Bangalore, our own Namaka Bangalore. Please welcome today's guest on Offbeat, Anand Raj from Eat Raja. Anand, you're most welcome on Offbeat Inspiration. Welcome on Offbeat. I think you have to keep your mobile, if you're keeping like this, in landscape mode, so we'll get a better view of you.
Landscape mode? Okay, let me do that.
Yeah. And you'll have to face the light because your light is behind you. So, yeah, one more time, rotate.
I'm actually fixing it on my tripod. So I was just listening to your joke. I thought first I'll laugh and then do the rest of it. So even I'm very particular about how I'm seen on cam. So I was trying to see, because I just finished work and I came back to my house. So I tried quickly, turning on all the lights possible so that I look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely handsome as you always look.
Yeah. One second, let me just.
Yeah, you'll have to one more time rotate, or you have to put auto rotation.
Okay, hold on.
One more time. Oh. You will be having auto rotation there. If you click, it will automatically rotate.
And all whichever way I'm putting it, auto rotate is where do I get the auto rotate on your? thing. You are in the show. Everyone can see you and hear you.
You have to slide it
Uh,
on screen, then you'll get one button. Where is mine? I never done it because I never need to do that. This one, no?
okay, I've logged in through Chrome.
Yeah, no problem. Whichever way you log in, you can always auto rotate. So there is an, if you slide in, you'll get one lock with a round sign of it. Lock with, like, lock will be there with a circle around it. So all the guests who are right now watching, this is called behind the scene is happening in front of the scene. So you guys enjoy how confused people can be. So even if you are great people in life in terms of name and fame and inspiration, you still don't know few things in life. So these are all behind the scenes we are showing to you first. Then we'll get into the real program. So all of you were sabr kar, sabr ka fal bahut meetha hota hai. So it's okay. You're expecting one more joke from me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to crack any joke to you now. Which your angle? I think somebody will call you and tell you. I think somebody from office will call you and tell you. 1 second. I can play the music till the time. So one new music is there. All of you guys who are there, one music I've been really enjoying for last 2-3 days till we get Eat Raja in right position to listen to. We'll see. Since it is in song, they might block because YouTube has crazy things in life. But you can just enjoy. So at 10th August, this is a favorite song of mine. So let's listen.
Oh, balle, balle, मैं apple और पचड़ा.
Not this one.
Manas.
The day everything goes wrong, no? Today is the day. Life is testing you. Through me. Okay, this is for all of you. Enjoy the song.
नगमा नगमा दिल का सुनावे दर्द सी अखियां ये तेरी नगमा नगमा पड़ती ही जावे कब तमन्ना तेरी तूने निगाह
The music is what gets you into action. That I would have played the music earlier, we would have got you right, fatapat say. But Anand, you're in perfect mode. Again, you changed. Come on, huh? Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. See, since you have been RJ for so many years, you know all these dramas happens before the show starts, no? You're mute. You have put yourself into mood. You're gone. Anyway, we'll listen to the music.
रुखसत हो जाएगी जा मेरी मुझको तवज्जो दे दे तेरी वल्लाह वल्लाह इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी चाहूं तुझको सदा इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी रहूं तुझको सदा इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी तू ना हो ना जुदा इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी मैं करूंगा पापा इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी ना मैं दूंगा टका इंशाअल्लाह अभी भी करूंगा हक अदा न ऐसा कोई यार ऐसा से थम जाए फिर उसके सेवा देखना मिटाए और लिख के तो तेरी हर अदाए तो शायर बन जाए और तेरे नूर से कसले चुमा जाए तोफा 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 हाय तोफा 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 सलमा सलमा तुझको बनाना तू है तसल्ली अलमा अलमा बढ़ती ही जाए उसमें तजल्लियां ये तेरी मेरी जाए घर जो फिर हो जाएगी जा मेरी मुझको तवज्जो दे दे तेरी इंशाल्लाह अभी भी चाहूँ तुझको सजा इंशाल्लाह अभी भी रहूँ तुझको फिदा इंशाल्लाह अभी भी तू ना हो ना जुदा इंशाल्लाह अभी भी मैं करूँगा पता इंशाल्लाह अभी भी ना मैं दूँगा पता
I love the
इंशाल्लाह
music.
अभी भी करूँगा
Okay, guys, welcome to Offbeat Inspiration. This time with Anand Raj from Eat Raja. Now, welcome. You are looking absolutely gorgeous, handsome, the way you told just now to us. Are you able to hear me?
Of course, I can hear you, Deepak. Thank you so much. But I can't see you well. I can only see your picture.
Huh. Thank you so much. You're able to see also. So we have a good combination, green and green. So we both are having green. So I think we are absolutely on a nature side. So welcome to the Offbeat
Absolutely.
Inspiration one more time, Anand. So
Thank you so much.
this was the most craziest thing I have heard, and more than that, it's very inspiring to know that somebody is so conscious about environment, somebody is so conscious about waste, and it's not easy thing. Okay, anytime you do something which is needs more effort, see, people want to do less hard work and they want more in life. And I think the kind of work that you have taken, the kind of innovation that you have added, I think is phenomenal. So first, let me start with congratulating you on your beautiful initiative that you have been doing for so many years. It needs a big heart, big jigger to do something like this. So God bless you with all that you're doing for nature and for environment. Let
Thank you
the
so much.
nature God keep blessing you with all the abundance of things in life. So Anand, let's begin with few things. Okay, so you have been
Sure.
RJ also, and from being RJ, you are also a graduate engineer, I heard. So from engineering to RJ to fruit juices. So this hopping which happened in between, I don't know what happened, but three big milestones for me to explain to people who are watching this: it engineer to RJ and to fruits juices. Can you just in short explain a little thing to us how this variety of different, it's not anything allied here, everything is exactly different path here. So how do you link this?
True. See, the thing is, like, we always, our parents would have always decided as to what our sons and daughters are going to be. So my parents also decided that, my both my sons are going to be engineers. So they put us in engineering colleges, and I did my biomedical engineering from one of the best colleges in India, BMS College. So, like everybody in my college, even I had dreamt of finishing my engineering and then flying off to US, taking GRE, then do my masters and land up with a software job. But none of it happened. It happened the otherwise. So I stayed back here in Bangalore. Then I started working with a couple of IT companies, and then I was not really the kind of person who'd work 9 to 5. And that's when a call from Radio Mirchi came. When I saw the ad in the newspaper, and I said, like, okay, let's just give it a try. Anyway, Mondays to Fridays I was working in an IT company, so Saturday, Sunday I had a lot of free time. So I said, let me give it a try, and then I tried. That one call to Radio Mirchi changed my life and my career and the definition of who I was. So from just a biomedical engineer to a software engineer, then the tag of being a radio jockey came to me. So I worked in radio for 13 long years. So I had a great time. In fact, I can't say that I worked. I just enjoyed life for 13 long years. So it is such a dream job for anybody because imagine you wake up and then on your phone you have a message that today you have to meet A.R. Rahman, or today you're meeting Alia Bhatt. Varun Dhawan is coming down. You need to have tea with them. If that's the kind of a job, man, I would do anything to do that kind of a job. Fortunately, this thing came to me without my own knowledge. So I didn't know how radio worked those days because I was a technical guy. And then when I got into radio, it just, opened like such a beautiful word for me, the world of imagination. Imagine I was only thinking of stars like these and used to collect their pictures and put it in my phone. Now I'm getting to meet them, shake hands with them, probably have a drink and meal and party with them. It's like so awesome. So those years of my radio with my golden years. And how did I become, to be honest, Deepak, I don't even know certain fruits names. I started getting to know about, oh, this is called, rambutan. Oh, maybe this is lychee fruit. So these were the kind of things I hardly even knew what the fruit names were. After my dad passed away, he used to run a juice center in Malaysia for the last 40 years. And then after he passed away, then we had nothing to do. I was already working in radio. So I shut the shop for some time. But then somewhere, my mom was telling me that, we can't keep the shop set for a really long time because it's been like 40 years he's been running it. So these emotional things actually, get on to you. And I said, okay, fine. Then I started the juice center with some employees and my mom heading it, but somehow it didn't get any kind of traction. So then I said to myself, by then I was done with radio. I should say that the onset of digital wave had just begun that time. So I said, okay, and in Bangalore is known to be a startup hub and known to be innovative and all these kind of things. I said like, okay, this कीड़ा जो होता है ना सबके अंदर होता है. जब already अगर आप अच्छे काम में हो ना, then you will always feel like मुझे चाय की टपरी लगानी है, मुझे कुछ और करना है. All these kind of things are always on your mind, especially when you are already in that creme de la creme job. Okay, like for example, if you're a CEO of a company, you will feel like going to farms and growing onions and potatoes and things like that. So so these are the kind of dream that even I had. I said like, okay, fine, I want to do something different. So I want to be the startup entrepreneur kind of that bug had already bitten me. I said like, okay, fine. The head-weighted me, the RJ Raj. I said like, okay, I don't care a damn for this job because I want to have wings for myself. I want to do what I want to do. I quit the job. Then I was jobless. Fortunately, I had made some money, so I could afford to be jobless too at the time. So I said, okay, fine, I'm going to come and give it a try, doing something with zero waste. Now, let me tell you that I hardly knew 2018 March. I didn't even know what the term zero waste was. It was a friend of mine, Rakesh, who got me introduced and he said, like, you know what? There's something called as zero waste. I said, like, what is zero waste? My journey started with not knowing anything about zero waste, and probably now I think you can call me the hero of zero waste. So there is a tag also called zero hero. So now I live by that word. I don't allow anything to go get wasted at all. So earlier I was a biomedical engineer. Now I call myself a waste engineer. You throw any waste at me, I will make a product out of it, and I probably would be selling it back to you and make money. So this is my transformation from being a biomedical engineer to a radio jockey and now a waste engineer.
I think it was very nicely explained, the whole thing in nutshell. So best. So we can actually call you best engineer out of West than calling you waste engineer, and that will be a little more exciting to listen to and speak about it. So I think you are a best engineer out of West. So congratulations. It is a very, very beautiful, exciting thing because it's not the easiest thing to do. So what happens now here is people want everything that should be comfortable. So when this whole idea your friend Rakesh put into your head, okay, let's go into something like zero waste and all these things. So from changing from the existing pattern, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I just turned off the light because
You're able to hear me now?
I look better now, probably. Yeah, you're able to. You're very audible.
You look better anyway. Yeah. So my question was this: when you do something not the comfort, means everything is, straws are there, plates are there, glasses are there, everything is there, then to shift from comfort into discomfort, it's something which not naturally, it's not a human nature to move from comfort to discomfort. In fact, we always move from discomfort to comfort. So what was that
Yeah.
excitement, bolo, yeah, what was the motivation which told you, "Ki, let me move from this comfort to discomfort"? So what was that basic thought process there which helped you? Because the maximum people in the world struggle to get into discomfort. You chose it. So we few people get helplessly into discomfort, but you chose it. So what was the thought in the mind that time?
I'm going to be very honest, Deepak, because till date, I don't think I've ever felt uncomfortable in anything. So every college that I've gone to, every lecture that I've gone to, I've only told them that do only what you love doing. If you are put in something which you don't really like to do, you'll always feel the discomfort. Fortunately, the college that I studied, BMS College of Engineering, we had a beautiful club called a Mountaineering Club, which is like when I was 16, 17, I was already, introduced to all these kind of eco-friendly things like going and planting trees and not wasting water and not using plastic. So somehow it was already there in me from my teenage. So for me, not throwing anything outside of my bag or my pocket was nothing new. It's actually an attribute of mine. So you will probably never find me. I don't think anybody can find me throwing anything outside of me. So if you give me a packet of maybe eclairs or something like that, I will probably eclairs and I'll still put that wrapper into my pocket because that was the drill that was taught to me in my college when I was like 16 or 17. So it's carried, I mean, it's become a part of me. So nobody needs to tell me. Subconsciously, I know that, it's like a library attitude. When you're walking in a college, then you're loud and you're speaking. But the moment you enter the library, something tells you that you need to calm down because it's a library. Okay. Or when you pass, when you're standing in some adda and smoking off your lungs off and like, and then you see some lecturer or maybe your parent or uncle pass by, you'll put it behind, right? So there's something that intrinsically tells you that this is what you need to be doing. So fortunately for me, I had loved everything what I did. Radio, I love talking. If you allow me, this 1 hour is going to be mine and not Deepak's. Okay, so that's the kind of a thing. So I not a single day had I any problem talking to anybody. So the daredevilry, the guts of going and talking to even John Abraham or even anybody. I mean, you just tell them, normally when you have a star in front of you, you are probably lost because you're infatuated by the personality who is in front of you. Imagine when Alia Bhatt comes and sits in front of you, you'll be only looking at her and probably not ask any questions. So these are the kind of things, emotions any guy would go through. But fortunately, I loved my job. So I had no issues. I was like, oh, Ali, I love that movie, or I like that, Insta, I used to show Ali about that Instagram post which I had liked, and it's like, I really like you in this dress and things like that. So these are some of the very nice things. I had completely enjoyed being a radio jockey. Now, in this job that I'm doing right now, I got into it. I got into zero waste because I couldn't fathom the fact that people are throwing left, right, center, all the waste that is being given to them. See, my shop is strategically located between two temples. One is a Ishvara temple, the other one is a Sai Baba temple. Both these temples give away a lot of food. And when they give a lot of food, along with it comes, maybe a katori, or maybe some paper or plastic or something or the other. Now, people who are the so-called devout come to these temples, pray for everything. Oh, get my daughter married, get my son an engineering seat. All these favors they want from God, but then whatever the garbage that's there in their hand, probably for example, they collect some sweets or sweet kadabba, something. They eat and they just throw it right there. Now, this is something that used to, I have an OCD for such things. So when people throw, I say like, okay, you are a literate person. Probably they look even very good. They might probably be one of the best people also, like how others say. But then why is it that they are throwing garbage left, right, center, that too inside of a temple or maybe just outside of a temple? How is this happening? I don't understand. I really don't get this. So I asked them, which school did you study? Which college did you study? क्या यही सिखाया गया था आपको कि आप कहीं पे भी ऐसे भी फेंक दो? So I, literally used to go and talk to these people because I am the kind of a guy who's a daredevil guy. I don't care for anybody. If something is wrong, I'll go ask them. So I used to go question him, sir, you just threw it, can you pick it up? Like, tera baap ka kya jata hai? Why should I pick it up? So I said, like, okay, now if you can throw, is this a place to be thrown? I used to question him. So these kind of things used to happen. Then I figured out that I can't be the celebrity Raj going and questioning people. I had to come out of it. That's when I said, okay, I'm going to make sure the shop which is there between two temples, normally any commercial establishment for that matter, would generate a lot of waste. I said, okay, now I'm going to make this shop into an absolute zero waste place and show people how commercial business can be run without generating waste. Today, as I'm speaking to you, it is the 853rd day, 853 or 854th day, where I have not used a single piece of paper, plastic, straw, and I don't sell pet bottles, nor do I give a tissue. Now, I am still kicking and I'm still running and I'm still making money and I'm still becoming popular because I'm talking to big people like Deepak. And I'm still addressing a lot of colleges and I'm going to all those companies that once never even called me when I was a radio jockey. So all of these things are happening only because I love doing what I'm doing. For me, anything that is a waste, if you throw, I want to say, okay, earlier I used to probably police them and say, hey, you're not supposed to throw, you're not supposed to do these things. Now I figured out people will like it when you show a monetary value attached to it. That's what I started doing. People started throwing lemons and all of these things. I picked up those lemons and I made bioenzymes. People started throwing flowers like this, they keep it on the god. Now it's there on the god. And then after this, they throw. Then I used to collect them and I used to make perfume out of it. And then I used to sell it. Now, when you show a monetary angle to it, then they say, oh, this guy is, become very clever, very shana. All this kind of, he is making use of those thrown away things and he's, making money. So that's what they say. Like, तेरे बाप का क्या जाता है, तूने जो फेंका था उसको मैंने ले लिया और इसी से मैंने ये कराया है बस. It's just अक्ल की इस्तेमाल करो और कुछ नहीं. That's exactly what I'm doing at my shop. If you look at my shop, when I started in April 2018, I had some staff. Okay, one day the staff didn't turn up, which means that the RJ Raj, the celebrity Raj, had to wash all the utensils, had to wash everything, like right from the glasses to the mixies and everything. I said, like, okay, I can't be doing this because I've never done this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. That's when I said to myself, how about not having a situation where I need to wash these glasses? That's when my engineers, in the mind started working. And I said, like, okay, let me think of a way how I don't need to have these glasses at all. Then I looked at the watermelon and I said, wow, this looks already like a cup. I just chop it into two, it becomes two different halves. And then I scoop out the fruit and I'll serve the juice inside and I'll give it to them. And they can drink it and then they can discard it into the dustbin. I don't need to wash that, and I'm also saving 250 ml of water. This thing started with just watermelon first. Then, being the innovative engineer, I didn't stop at watermelon. I next looked at muskmelon, then sunmelon, then guava, cucumber. Now I have everything. You show me even the smallest of the fruit, I will scoop it out, make it into a container, serve juice in that, and I'll give it back to you just to get that wow factor on your face. You'll be like, oh, wow, you can serve juices in a Shimla mirchi? Yes, nobody else can. Only Eat Raja can. I tell them the same. So now I have reached a stage where I'm India's first zero waste juice bar where nothing ever gets served outside of a fruit that is being given. And that's where I stand as I talk to you today.
Brilliant. I think
And I
it's
love doing it. So
journey.
I've never been. Yeah. So when you're talking about discomfort and comfort, I love doing. Today also I was looking at, okay, can I make something out of the beetroot? Or can I make something out of, hagalkai? In Kannada we call hagalkai. Nobody likes to eat that because it's very bitter gourd as it's called. Okay, I said, like, okay, let me blend it with orange and make a juice and give it to people. So I'm on an experiment mode every day, every single day. Like tomorrow at my shop, like today, normally you will have ice creams being served in a cone, right? I said, like, why should only ice creams be served? I will start serving juices. And I serve juices in a cone. And it was still perfect. And like, then after that, they can eat that wafer cone. Done. There is no waste generated. So I'm on that, I'm always innovating by looking at whatever is that happening around me. So it's never at a discomfort zone at all, to be speaking. So
Absolutely. I think, yeah. And then what happens and when we have this kind of sessions, So whatever we both discuss and whatever I ask, out of that you speak something, and if I infer something that is which can be helpful to the audience here, I'll just summarize in a language which I can how I explain to my boys and girls in the college. So I just pick a few things
Sure.
which I spoken, which will be able to be a lot of helpful to my boys and girls. So those of you watching from the college, boys and girls here, I think it's more of an entrepreneur's interview than an offbeat inspiration. So let's take some lessons to be learned here, and then we'll pick up other things also. What about what Anand Raj has spoken to all of us? Number one, very very important part he spoke about is how can I make life easier for me and others, so that I don't have to get into something which I don't like to do. It's number one. Number two, very important point is when you love something, it is no more called as work. It's all called as fun. So if you are loving what you do, then there is nothing called discomfort, nothing called comfort. Everything is equal for you. So if discomfort and comfort comes only for those people who don't enjoy what they're doing. So when you pick up a job or pick up a work or pick up an idea or pick up any place where if you love that thing, if you enjoy that thing, I think there's nothing called work. It's all about fun. There's a very important part which you, I think everybody should be able to learn from what I just calling Eat Raja only. Let the branding happen like that only. That's what we learn from what Eat Raja said right now. Number one. Number two, he used to go and do policing around and telling, and somebody used to ask him, "Hey, Rasta tera baap ka hai kya?" Okay, and then few days later, he picked up his waste and made something out of that and made money out of it. And then he replied telling them, "Tere baap ka kya jata hai?" Because I did not pick up anything from what you gave. I just picked up from what, and that is what. That's what. What was
Just
that?
as you're, so just as
Juice,
you're
huh?
speaking, so I said, no, this is not juice. What does it look like? It definitely looks like a beer bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I do is, outside my house, I set up a bottle bank where a lot of people, my area's got a lot of bachelors and Ramaya College students and all of them. So all that people used to do is drink and throw bottles here and there. Then I figured out that these bottles are going to be of some use. So what I do is when I started making bioenzymes, so I had to pack them in something, right? So I put out a bottle bank saying, from now on, don't throw your bottle, just leave it here. I will make use of it. So this is a Kingfisher bottle. So I scraped off all the branding of Kingfisher, just like how Malaya is gone. So I've taken off all of this. This is a pure bottle right now. I cleaned it. Now this has got bioenzyme. Now, what is a bioenzyme? Bioenzyme are natural cleaners. And this is also made out of the waste that I get it from my shop. So after I make my musambi or my orange or my pineapple juice or my nimbu ka juice, jo chilka rehta hai, so I take that peel, add jaggery and water. Then there you go. You get beautiful, bioenzyme like this. This is what I use to mop the floor. You can wash your clothes. You can wash your car. You can, give a rinse to your pet. And you can also water your plants. Lots of uses from these bioenzymes, and this is what I do. So I don't buy your surfactants like whichever brand. I'm not going to take the brand name. So any washing powder I don't need to buy, because this is completely natural. I know what's there inside this. It's got maybe orange, maybe jaggery and water and nothing else. So I know that it is safer for me and also safer for the water. So I started selling this for 100 rupees. Now can you imagine? There is nothing that I've invested. That is why I call myself a zero hero. You throw whatever, I will pick it up and I will make money out of it. Now for this, there are people who dunzo it and take it from me. Okay, they spend more than actually this. This bottle, I got it because somebody threw it. This bioenzyme, I've made it from the waste of my shop, which otherwise would land up at BBMP. Now I said to myself, I'm going to make money from trash. So I used to have a lot of workshops also which said that, make cash from trash. Now all these things can be done only if you're superbly excited about it, like how I am. So everything I look at it like, oh, like I'm just going to hold on. Okay. Now, see, this is not something that I planned to show you, but now that we are talking, it really needs some kind of a proof and authentication. Just hang in there.
And this is getting excited. We would have live demonstration here. Like
on a Zoom call, I would have seen all the beautiful girls, but right now I'm not able to see, but everybody else is able to see me. So a lot of girls go to.
You can see everybody's beauty in my face. I'm representing everybody.
So I can understand that everybody is really awesome looking and things like that.
Freeze ho gaya.
But yeah, for freeze ho gaya. Am I audible?
वापस freeze. Yeah, you're audible.
Great. So a lot of girls go to, this last 3 months,
Some
they would have
network
realized
issue.
network issue. I'm on Wi-Fi. Thing is going on right.
Yeah,
Hey, Deepak, are you able to hear me clear?
yeah,
Not
yeah,
very clear.
perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to go
Yeah,
on
yeah,
with
clear,
my.
clear.
So I think this pandemic, all the girls would have got to know, hurry, yaar, I can't go to the spa. Okay. Now, how about getting the spa right at your house? Okay. Now, this is what I do. Okay. These are all orange peels. So orange peels, I have dried them. Now it's become orange peels. Now you put it in a grinding machine, it's going to become orange peel powder. And then you put water or whatever, rose water or whatever, you make a paste and you put it on your face. It becomes a face pack. Now this is also I'm selling for 50 rupees. Can you imagine? I'm making money out of waste. Now, of course, not everybody would love to take this because unless it is packaged fancily and sold in some Ayurvedic or some hi-fi spa. Now, I, for my purpose, definitely use something that I have invested in. So for me, I don't need any extra packaging or branding. So for me, it's okay. But otherwise, there are lots of products like now. This is a base enzyme that I have. But when you find it in a uber cool place like a supermarket, it won't be like this. It'll be in some flashy bottle with some nice branding and maybe a red tape on it and things like that. So of course, I sell it for 100 rupees. They will sell it for 300 rupees, and this is what happens. So this is how I
Correct.
make money from waste. So I keep calling myself as a waste engineer because I am an engineer. If I don't engineer the process of waste, then what's the point of having done 4 years of engineering? Now at Kingdom College, also, I think everybody studies. Everybody is studying only what's there in the course, but what's practically required, not many people know. That's why so many colleges I go to, I tell them, you come to my shop. I will tell you what circular economy is, how money can be made to come back to you from what you have invested in. I, I go on talking because all these are practical things. I have not done MBA, nor have I done anything that's related to management or economics or finance, but I've learned it on the course of my life because I saw what was getting wasted. I picked it up and I made money out of it. That's about it. There are lots of things like that. Actually, I can show you. It's like, a workshop. I'm just going to show you one more thing, small thing. Okay.
You'll take the whole night with Raja and complete the
I
work with
only
his.
I only wish this was a live seminar and things like that. I would have completely, okay, what you
We'll,
can probably see. Okay.
we'll call you.
Now,
Call you.
yeah, definitely. I'm surprised how I missed out on Kingdom College until Ayush came to my shop. I didn't know about a college like this. Otherwise, I go to at least about 300 colleges in a year, and I'm there almost in every college for one or the other thing, be it the college fest or some celebrity visit or for some judging an event or something like that. So I'm always there. I'm superbly networked with all colleges. Okay. So now I'm showing you something. Now this is somebody had sketched something during quarantine. That person is not really a professional artist, but they've just sketched it and kept it. Now what I did was, outside the temples you may see that people throw frames like these. The gods will be there inside that. After the frame breaks up or the glass breaks, they'll just silently quietly just go leave it somewhere in the corner, thinking that Lord Shiva, Lord Bhagwanta will come and pick these frames and take it to their houses. Nothing of that sort happens. Okay, it will just lie there and rot. So what I did, I went around and I collected all the frames that people leave near parks, at the corners, at the temples. Now I'm using all these frames and I'm calling it a repurpose. In fact, it's called as a hashtag reframe show, where all these people who are not so popular artists, not at all an artist, are giving me paintings and I'm putting them. I've repurposed it right now. Okay, you can see that I've pulled out all the frame, nicely painted. There are lots of them actually. I'll probably call you guys for the quarantine art show. That's what I'm calling it. So whoever during the quarantine made use of their time sketching something, I've collected those sketches and paintings, put them in nice, beautiful frames like this, which earlier used to host a god, which they abandoned it because they thought, bhinna agobiti de glass ordo ito adu idu anta. So until such time, the god was there in their house, granting them all the wishes. But after the glass was broken, they just threw him outside near the toilet or somewhere, and what all they do. And then I say, is this how we treat God? So I said, okay, let me pick this and I'll repurpose everything, and this is what I've done. So making sure that these things don't reach landfill. I think the biggest God that we all, irrespective of whatever religion that we belong to, should respect is Mother Nature. If we are not doing it, we are already seeing the brunt of it with corona, with the flash floods, with earthquakes and whatnot. These are all just warnings, I feel. And so that's one of the reasons. The core principle of Eat Raja is that I will not at any cost throw anything that goes to a landfill. I have engineered the process to perfection that nothing ever reaches a landfill. And I'm so proud about it. And I keep telling this every single time, every single moment anybody talks to me, because that's what exactly I'm good at, brainwashing them with all my ideas. So this is what I go about now. I've become, a zero-based preacher. So whoever talks to me gets me a good dose of all these things, which probably put them in a discomfort zone.
Eat Raja, and are you married, Anand?
I'm single, happening and rocking. If you're running any matrimonial services, I'll be very available right now.
I'm just trying to visualize when you have a married life, and if your wife does not cook properly in the kitchen and waste, she will have one lecture. God knows how many hours she will be able to handle it. So I'm just trying to ask, how is it going there otherwise? But
Fortunately, you know what?
Yeah.
Again, see, again, the marriage in itself is a big discomfort zone, right? So you need to choose your partner. Fortunately, my partner and I both are backpackers, and we always love zero waste. We would love to do, instead of taking a business class, we would take an economy class. Instead of taking a suitcase, we will put on a rucksack and go. We will pitch our own tents and stay. So you need to find the right kind of a person also, so that you're not in discomfort for the rest of your life. This is what most people do in life. They choose a branch or a course that they don't want to study, but their parents want to study. They want to get married to somebody because not that they are in love with, but because their parents, their grandfather, their caste, their priest, just somebody told, no, 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 this is what the kundli matches, this is how you should get married. No wonder why we are all in discomfort. And then life is just nothing but compromise. You're just compromising with everything. Where is happiness then? Right from the word go, you're in discomfort.
Okay. I just want to remind everybody, guys, we're on this time offbeat inspiration with Eat Raja. It's an time for taking just 2 minutes short break. We'll be there. Just be there. Some promo will be played for another 2-3 minutes, and then we'll continue talking to you. It's very exciting. I have a few more things to very, very importantly discuss with you. So just be there only, around me only here. We'll watch together,
Sure.
And then we'll continue. Yes, guys, we can have a small break.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
He is practicing chartered accountancy as profession. When he was 18 months, he was affected by polio and he went through many surgeries. At the age of 20, he made a choice to stop his treatments and started focusing on his career. Now, he is the founder of an NGO called Asta. He truly believes that body disability cannot come in the way of a person creating his or her life.
That you need to decide your purpose based on your abilities. Your abilities emerges from your purpose of your life.
Asta aims at creating empowerment to disabled people. He also holds competitions like Jugalbandi, where the disabled battles with the able. He has also acted in Kannada movie. He mentors international paraswimmers and wheelchair tennis players.
Welcome back to Offbeat Inspiration, this time with Anand Raj from Eat Raja. Anand, can we have you back, Anand?
Yeah, just
You
a
there,
minute.
Anand? Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Till you come, shall I keep talking? Yeah, Anand.
Yeah,
So I have this one question for you, Anand.
sure.
There are few people whom their circumstances and environment create them, and that inspires them or changes them. And there are few people in whom it's already within inside, and they are looking forward for an opportunity, and they become something. So there are people whose life is built or created because of the what they see in the environment or circumstances, and there are few people something churns in them, and that makes them what they are. So if I ask Anand Raj right now, in your case, what was it? It was the outside which brought the best out of you, or it was your inside that brought the best out of you?
For me, I would say that I was normally always doing things that I love doing. So when I took up radio, also I did not know what radio even was, but I never said, okay, ये मेरे से हो पाएगा कि नहीं. I just went and gave it a shot. This exactly the same thing happened even with my shop. Like I said, I didn't even know a couple of fruits was the only thing that I knew. Maybe I knew banana, mango, and pineapple. That's it. Beyond that, I didn't even know anything. Now I get mangosteen and I make juices and exotic juices and shakes, smoothies, and that too that are vegan and I sell. So the only thing that I did was I got, in Kannada they say, ಬೆರಳು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಹಸ್ತಾನೆ ನುಂಗ್ತಾರೆ. So I'm that kind of a person. If I find a small thing and if I find that this is damn interesting, I entirely take over that thing. I've been like that. I've been the positive opportunist. Sorry. So I feel like telling sometimes that you can be the architect of your own life, because you are your own best friend, because you know what you are good at, you know what you're bad at, you know what your weaknesses are. So what best that you can do, only you will know than anybody else. Of course, friends are there, they'll come and tell you all these things, but then I think you only can decide what is good for you.
Exactly. So I think a very important lesson which I think I want to share with my boys and girls who are listening to you is one very important lesson which we have learned from what E. Raja spoke about. Lead by example, then giving advice to people and telling what to do, what not to do. Show it to people how it can be done. I think for all this from 2018 March, he's been doing this relentlessly. 853rd or 854th day, whatever it is, he's been doing and showing to everybody this is how it can be done. And when you show people, it is easy to do than to say to people. It's always the best way of leadership is don't say it, show it to people. And it's what Raja has been doing for last 854 days. That is very beautiful thing which I think we have picked up from what you said. And two here, there are few people, for example, for them, their best will come in cricket. Somebody's best will come in music. Some best will come. So sometimes it's then outside activity which brings the best out of it. Then there are few people like Mukesh Ambani, they just know any business how to make it big. So they can pick up a jewelry store, they can pick up a shoe, they can pick up a refinery, petrol, everything is okay. They know how to make money. And I think with Eat Raja, when he's talking about Anand, I think whether he got into RJ or now in juice shop, it doesn't matter whether it was radio jockey or it was juice, and tomorrow if he has to move to something else, it is not that the juice brings best out of him or the radio jockey brings the best. He makes sure whatever he does, he will bring best out of that. So it is very, very important to know that there are for few people, the outside bring the best out of them. For example, for a few people, I told you, sports bring the best out of them. Other places they will not be able to bring. So if today Eat Raja is right now, let's say Eat Raja juice shop is there. If tomorrow he gets into, let's say, manufacturing of shoes, we will have something very creative in that also. Suppose he gets into hotel industry, something very offbeat will come out of him. Suppose tomorrow he gets into event management, what he will plan will be very different. So I think there are a few people where they have that touch. Whatever they do, doesn't matter the quality of work, the kind of work, whatever they know, they will do something very brilliant. So I think that's very important lesson or something to observe from Anand is something like this. If you can develop this attitude, ki jo bhi kaam do, if you're given to me, I will add value to it from my side and give it to you better than what you gave to me. It can be a simple greeting card you give to me, simple pen you give to me, or simple hug you give to me, or simple party you give to me. I'll add value from my side and give it back. I think that is the most amazing part. And one more thing which I also have read and heard about, which is a very beautiful quality of an entrepreneur in an entrepreneurship also. Whenever somebody takes juice from you, and you can always expect little extra juice from you, even if they have paid for one glass of a juice. So this attitude of giving more, because here we measure everything. Now we have electronic scales. Initially we used to have those places, that balance will be there where you actually add little extra, and we wanted to see the balance going little extra that side. And today everything is measured to 1000.00. That's how it measured. And here, if you ask glass of juice from, I won't say glass of juice, but if you ask for whatever, I don't know, how do they order you one watermelon of juice or one pineapple of juice? Kaise bolte hai? Because there is no glass in your place. So
yeah, absolutely.
Always you add. So this idea, this thought process, please.
So you know what? Actually, I never sell juices. So if you have thought that I am a juice seller, you're wrong. That's what I tell them. I only sell a concept of zero waste. Coming and having juice in my shop is just one of the ways of telling you that you can go zero waste. So I keep telling everybody that I don't sell juices. I only sell a concept. I sell an experience. See, people can never. You can have, giving an experience. See, when people come to me or to my shop, when they ask me for maybe some banana juice or something like that, I give the banana juice inside of a banana and I present it to them, and they're like, "Wow, like, did you really serve this inside of a banana?" They asked me this. I said, "Yeah." So that is an experience, because they will never ever forget that they'd gone to a place in Malleshwaram where they ordered for some banana milkshake and it came inside a banana, because this is what is offbeat. Deepak, when Ayush came to me telling that, it is called as offbeat inspiration, I said, like, I perfectly fit into it, because that is exactly what I did. If you were to go to any juice center, they'll only give it to you in a glass jar, but that isn't that done to death? How many juice centers do you remember where you'll go and tell your friend that, hey, I went to the juice center and they gave me the juice in a glass jar? So what? Isn't that done to death? I mean, isn't, what's so wow about it? That's when I said, if you give cucumber lime juice inside of a cucumber, that is what is going to say, like, wow. I have seen in my shop, everybody who comes, nobody drinks juices the moment I serve it. They take an average of 7 seconds. I think some college came and did a research and they said they take an average of 7 seconds before they drink the juice, because the moment the juice is served, they look at it and they say, "What the hell is this?" He's giving it in this. They have a discussion amongst their own friends, and then they take out their camera and then take a picture or a selfie. They post it. Then they drink it and they say, "Hey, this is different. This is really cool. This is really awesome." By the time they finish the juice, they would have got 20 likes on their Instagram post. I knew what exactly needs to be done. When I looked at my juices, I said, my juices have to look beautiful. They have to look good. They have to look Instagram worthy. I made myself clear that I'm going to make juices only that look good. So somebody came and asked me, what all juices do you sell? I said, whatever juice I sell only good looking juices. Juices that are Instagram worthy. Now, this kind of a definition you will not find from any juice seller. They'll say, I have orange, I have banana, I have mango, I have pineapple. That's boring. I am offbeat. That is why people come to my shop.
And this whole idea of adding more to the juice, if after it is over, you add extra juice from your side. Why you are having 2 extra juice, or you put little water in that?
No, in fact, in many of my juices, we don't even put water. That's another thing. What happens is we have a lot of juice left. I'll tell you, there is a story behind our juices also. Okay, we make a lot of juices, so there are always a lot of juices left. And when somebody is done with probably a musk mango, that's a muskmelon and a mango combination. Once it's done, I know for sure that they're already impressed with my shop. Now, how do you see expectation? You should customer. See, I have learned about customer interaction, customer satisfaction on the job. I didn't go read any book. When I know I'm reading the mind of the person who's drinking the juice, they're already having a conversation like, hey, this is cool. I've never really tried this muskmelon and mango. This is really awesome. Then I go and tell them, would you want to try muskmelon and dragon? And they're like, they look at each other's face and like, I've never really tried this, but yeah, let's give it a try. This is what is going to make them come back. See, I have not spent a single rupee till date to market my brand. It's all happened only because of 1, social media, 2, word of mouth publicity. You would have probably got it as a forward in your phone, or somebody would have come and said, you know what, I went to some crazy place, man. That guy serves juices inside of a chili. I've never really seen anything like that. Forget about how the taste of the juice is. Nobody talks about it. Till date, nobody has come and said, this juice was not good or this juice was awesome. The takeaway from this is that this guy served juices inside of a pineapple, inside of an apple, inside of a pear. Now that is offbeat. And that is what makes them come back.
Absolutely. Now, then one lesson which I think I will just give it to my all students who are from management and who want to be an entrepreneur is this: one of the most beautiful way of building a brand is people should talk about your product. Whether they enjoy or not is secondary question. They should talk about your product. If you make them talking about your product, I think you have made a business for yourself, you have made a name for yourself, you have made a market for yourself, and you have made a profit for yourself. It's a very beautiful lesson to pick up. It doesn't mean every juice what he must be serving must be tasting yum, but becomes a talk. They talk about, "Arey, chili mein juice, yeah, it's crazy." They forget the taste itself. Taste is not even discussed there. It's all discussed about the experience. So it's marketing is all about experiential marketing. It's all about people getting to talk about your product, and that's it keeps circulating on the social media. So the more you make people speak about your product is the most beautiful thing. When you speak about your product, it is called advertisement. When people speak about your product, it's called publicity, and people will always trust the publicity more than advertisement. So that is where the concept comes very brilliantly well. So Anand, then how many, I don't know if you have a franchisee model or not, or do you want to
Yes, I do.
expand? So if that is going to be there, then how this, because see, the process can be duplicated. How are you going to duplicate the passion that you have? So are you waiting for somebody
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, your passion cannot be duplicated. Otherwise, there would have been 10 A.R. Rahmans. There would have been, you know, 10 Madonnas. So maybe probably, 10 Narendra Modis. So it's not possible because a person, there's a certain DNA within themselves that makes them what they are. They're very unique. That's why it's called unique, being unique, right? So I do definitely have a franchisee, and I never had a franchisee plan in my mind earlier. When I started out, I said to myself that this is what I wanted to do, a zero waste cafe. When it became a zero waste cafe, I did not realize the potential it has in terms of scaling up. Now, I introduced something called as we were talking about juices and what all juices do you sell. And one of the juices that I sell is called as cigarette juice. Now, this actually became viral. Everybody started wondering what the hell is cigarette juice. So much so that a cigarette company actually sent one of its executives to find out which brand of cigarette is he using, find out so that we will partner with him and probably push our cigarette. Because they thought I'm probably, breaking a cigarette and putting into something and giving it to. It's really crazy, right? Come to my shop and you see that cigarette juice. I'm like, what the hell is this? And imagine I am a guy who's setting up the shop in between two temples on the main Sampige Road in Malleshwaram. It's iconic. It's artery. Okay. I must be having like really, man, I'm made of steel for sure because I can't really be doing nonsensical things over there. So that's when he came, I said, he came and very cleverly ordered for one cigarette juice. I said, really? Cigarette juice? Okay. So the concept here was introduced for World Tobacco Day, May 30th. So I said to myself, I saw so many college students, like, even Kingdom College also might be having young students. Now kids are all exposed to smoking so early in their teens, 13, 14, 15. Outside my shop, I saw so many young school and college students smoking, boys. And I said to myself, they don't have money to come and have my beautiful, exotic, nice, healthy juices. But how the hell is it they're getting money to smoke a cigarette? So I went behind one of those boys, and that boy started running away. And I said, like, okay, don't run, okay? I'm not your father, okay? Don't run. Treat me like your bro, your buddy, okay? Then I asked him, how much does a cigarette cost? I don't smoke, so I don't know what the rate of a cigarette is. So I asked him, how much does a cigarette cost? And he's like, no, I didn't buy the cigarette. Actually, that guy gave, this guy gave, whatever he said, okay? And he didn't admit that he bought a cigarette. Okay. And then my cousin told me that a cigarette may cost you anywhere between 9 rupees to 15 rupees. I said, done. My juices were 30 rupees and 50 rupees. No wonder why none of these kids came and had juices. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to bring in a juice where it's going to be a barter juice. For example, you are smoking cigarette, right? Put that cigarette down. I will give you the juice for free. That's what I told that boy. He said, this guy must be joking. He will give a juice for free. It seems if I put a cigarette. What nonsense. The next day morning, I went and I used blackboards outside my shop. I went and wrote cigarette juice. Okay. And I wrote free. Till date, I've not sold a single juice, but the concept has gone so viral. People want to know what cigarette juice is or what the hell is this. It's a concept. And that's when people from IISc came and said, this guy is a purple cow. I'm like, what? What is a purple cow now? So I think all these are marketing, jargons that I don't know of. And they said, like, this guy is selling something that's not even existing. And that's what is called as a purple cow. So my concept and my idea was that if you are a smoker, you give up smoking today. I will give you a juice for free. That's why I said you put down your cigarette, you get a juice for free. And that is cigarette juice for me. That was a simple concept. I said, anybody. I wanted to discourage all the teens who are going to school and college from the habit of picking up cigarettes. See, it's not that I have not spoken, okay? In my college, even I was offered. I did smoke. I have probably drunk. I've also done any other thing that a teenager would do in those growing up days. But what's important is to have that control of not repeating it if you think it's not good for you. I have never till date picked a habit. I've never made smoking a habit, never made drinking a habit, never made partying like my life for 24 hours. Reason because I do know what's good, what's not good for me. Simple as that. So you make your own choices and not blame anybody else and the whole of universe that, hey, ho gaya, because of this person, I'm jobless, because of that person, this happened. It's not, it's just a call that you take. As simple as that. So I sell things that are not even there.
I think it comes with a sort of sense of purpose towards people, towards their well-being. I think it's a very important part of your life that you derive tremendous amount of sense of responsibility towards your society, your people, your country. I think it's fabulous, it's so trendy. It's not so typical.
Yeah.
Well, it is not something giving gyan to people, but showing them a very practical, trendy way of doing things, and it's actually a very, very offbeat life which you live, and it's so inspirational to even listen to what you speak, and for a moment, yeah.
Right now when I say somebody is throwing some garbage over there, if I go tell them like, hey, please pick up, you put it in that yellow bin, you put it in that bin, this is wet waste, this is dry waste. I'm like, yeah, kya, don't tell all these things. I said, okay, fine. Since I'm from a radio background, I have always this affinity to music. I said, okay, fine, I'll make a rap song. I look like a rapper too. I don't look like a juice maker. Okay, so I look very different. Many people when they pass me, they're like, this guy doesn't look like a juice maker. He's like, very funky to look, and he's like very totally different. What the hell is he doing? So I said, okay, let's make a rap song, and I'll make a song about waste. And I said, last week was Varamahalakshmi Haba. So I have never celebrated Varamahalakshmi Haba. I celebrate something called as Kasa Mahalakshmi Haba. People say, oh, what is this? You're equating Mahalakshmi to Kasa. I said, like, hold on. Don't jump the gun. Okay. So I said, what you throw, Kasave Mahalakshmi. What you're throwing is what is Lakshmi. Don't throw that. That is what I said, and I made a song out of it. And then I said, like, okay, traditionally, if you are in a Kannada and a Hindu family born in Bangalore, like a typical household in Malaysia, you would wake up to the song of Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma. This is a song that I have worked on because my dad used to always put on the tape recorder 6 o'clock in the morning with Suprabhata and songs like this. I took a cue from there and I said, like, okay, I will make a song out of it and put waste over there. And I said, like, okay, Kasamaha Lakshmi Kanamma Nammani Kasave Mahalakshmi Kanamma Hasi Kasa Vana Kasa Ondu Madade Hasi Kasa Vana Kasa Ondu Madade Paper Plastic Bere Maduni ಪೌರ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಬರುವ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಕಸವನು ತಾರೆ ಹಸಿ ಕಸ ಬೇರೆ ಒಣ ಕಸ ಬೇರೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಕಣಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಸವೇ ನಿನಗೆ ಕಸವೇ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಕಣಮ್ಮ yo if you add that yo it's never a rap song. Okay, so that's why I added that. So I said we need to drive it down to the orthodox families to understand how not to mix waste also. I said, okay, let's make it fun, funky. Let's add a little yo, yay, ya, ooh, and all those reverbs and all that. Then it becomes a song. It's not that difficult.
I think it's a great. I think anybody around you will never get bored in life. You're so always entertaining and interesting with a lot of meaning. It's not nonsense. It's absolutely pure, sensible humor, sensible, responsible fun. I think that's the most amazing thing which I always tell everybody in my college also, boys and girls. See, I don't like people who are serious. You should always have fun in life. With academics, have fun. Whatever you do, have fun, but have responsible fun. If you can make sure you have responsible fun, I think so many people would want to be like you, because we always get attracted towards negative things, bad things, wrong things, because they look very trendy, they look very no in thing. But if somebody can be very responsible with their fun, I think they can be very, very high inspiration to people who do a lot of good things in life. I think that's where I think I'll put you into that bracket where I always tell all the boys and girls have responsible fun in life. I think you're somebody who actually perfectly fit into that category of a man having a very responsible fun, because fun means for people wrong things only. They feel fun means all drinking, hookah, party, disco.
Yeah.
I think you're a classic example. I can fit you into responsible fun. It's absolutely salute to spirit into you. So this whole excitement, the thrill of being different and all these things, it came from where? Mummy, Papa, some inspiration, or it is just God's gift into you? You're like that only.
I think I'll go with how Shakuntala Devi used to say as to how did you crack all these things. And she says, it's God's gift. So probably even I don't know, because I also met her and I'd asked her the same thing. And she said the same thing, because it's so humanly not possible to be doing such things. Then I asked her, there must be something, right? So then she said, it's all God's gift. So in my case, I would say that, definitely, if there is no supernatural energy behind me or anybody for that matter, we won't be able to do. But I think they only show a direction and you need to follow and discover it yourself. Probably I used to see making juices. I used to see someone like my dad make juices. I said, I need to do something better. Like you already said, Deepak, the progression has to be there in life. If A is given to you, you should add another A and make it A squared and give it to someone else. So it should be a little bigger and better. Only then people will like it. So that is what I started doing. Whatever was already there. See, whatever the bottle was already thrown, I collected it. Maybe I did some painting and I put a ribbon and I gave. It became a gift. I made it into a powder. It became a face mask. And I made something else. It became a cleaner. So it's all about how that is what is resource management. So sometimes I also give classes on resource management. So whatever you already have, to be honest, my shop in Malleshwaram, I have not invested a single rupee. Simple, because whatever my dad left, the mixers are the same, the patre, tatte, lota, everything is the same what my dad was using. I only use my brain. That's it. And that too, I use my brain to such an effect that I made money out of that also. Now is when I feel that I'm a businessman. That is why now I say my idea is kick-ass. Now I'm not going to just sit quiet. I knew about this right when I concepted, when I thought of this concept, I said, my friends asked me, do you think you'll be able to sell juices? I said, see, my concept is really awesome. I don't know if I'm going to sell this juice or not, but my concept I'll be able to sell. I told my friend, I still remember the day when I met him and I explained to him about this concept. Then he laughed at me first and he said, I don't think it's going to work. Do you think people are going to like it? I said, I don't know about how many juices I will sell, but definitely the money will come from franchisees. Now, people are willing to pick up franchises for 6 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Can you believe that? This germinated from waste. Now, anybody who says that, waste mein kuch nahi rakha hai, I want to tell those people, I will show my bank balance the day some money comes into my account. Already I have some, but that didn't come from franchisee. But I'm waiting to, give the first franchisee right now because of Corona. Everything is, we have put a halt to it right now. It's not a great time to start off anything. So I've put it on hold, but definitely there's so many, when I was a radio jockey for 13 years, I didn't become this popular. But I became popular in 6 months. That is last year. July 4th, I had a business of only 50 rupees in my shop. We didn't even have money to pay our one staff who was working. But January 4th, I clocked 50,000 rupees. And I was like, wow, I was employing 8 people under me in that day. But cut to today, again, there is no business. So there is never a constant. And if you don't learn from the failures and success of your life, you can never really progress. And even today, I'm alive and kicking. I'm always looking at the sunrise and never look at sunset. I always look at sunrise and say, okay, this is the next thing that I'm going to do. And that's what keeps me going. Franchisee, if you want to pick it up, I think you should have one at the Rainbow. I'm sorry, not Rainbow, the Kingdom College. I'm so sorry about that. You should have one, a mini counter set up over there, and you should allow your own college MBA students to man it and BCom students, BBA students to run it, and give them a target and say, come up with the most innovative drink. Teach them. This is what your incubation lab has to be within the college itself.
We'll do. And I think it's been wonderful to even watch you and exciting. You're an institution by yourself in all that is there. But I think the most amazing thing which I liked about is the whole thing. See, I really want everybody to pick up this beautiful quality of yours, that whatever you do, you give more than what can be done here, and you can give that different kind of midas touch, that something touches you or you touch something, it cannot be in the same state, it has to change. It cannot be in the way it has come to you. And I think there's a very beautiful, and I would want everybody to pick up this beautiful lesson, that anything that comes to you should not go from you in the same way back. It should be better than what it has come to you. I think that's a great quality to have. And I just wish this concept of yours, this ideology of yours, reach out to the entire Karnataka, then country, and then the whole globe, because there is so much of waste that needs to be used, that needs to be really, really done. And I think you have the way, because people have the will, but they don't have the way. I think you have the will also, you have the way also. I only will pray that let your will and way reach out to so many people in the country and the world, that they will have the way that you have found. And I think we will celebrate you one more time in next few months or maybe few years, where we know you are not only a Bangalorean name, you are a global phenomena called Eat Raja. So wish all the best from our side, and all the best wishes and prayers and vibrations of this entire session of with you. A small certificate, because we are Corona times, we are all locked down here. But the first thing, when everything gets open here properly, and when if I know your juice center is open, the first thing I'm going to go. My next juice will be at Eat Raja. Whenever I drink juice, it will going to be only at Eat Raja. Tab tak my juice nahi piyega. That's a promise to you. Spend my time with you personally. So we'll just, a small certificate will come to you. That's what is our way of telling you thank you, to saluting the spirit, being absolutely an offbeat inspiration to everybody. So once we get it, the whole thing we'll also get, and make sure that I will use something wooden frame which is already been utilized from somewhere. You take it and give that frame to you. Personally, I'll come and hand it over to you in your place and have juice with you. Thank you for joining in, Anand. It was wonderful. I know we can talk for an entire night and you won't get tired, and now I won't get tired. But I think there's a time where to put somewhere full stop. It's been 90 minutes and we just didn't realize what to do with you. So thank you for coming on Offbeat Inspiration. All the best, and you reach places, you reach people, and let the passion of you just like contagiously get into everybody, rub into everybody. Let God make few more people like you, or more people like you. God is little stingy in that, but I think we have one Anand Raj, let have few more of them through you, with you, by you. All the best, Anand. Thanks for joining and logging in this online with me on Offbeat Inspiration. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
practicing chartered accountancy as profession. When he was 18 months, he was affected by polio and he went through many surgeries. At the age of 20, he made a choice to stop his treatment and started focusing on his career. Now, he is the founder of an NGO called Astha. He truly believes that body disability cannot come in the way of a person creating his or her life.
That you need to decide your purpose based on your abilities. Your abilities emerges from your purpose of your life.
Astha aims at creating empowerment to disabled people. He also holds competitions like Jugalbandi, where the disabled battles with the able. He has also acted in Kannada movie. He mentors international para swimmers and wheelchair tennis players.